So I'm going to circle back on a few things, and there's always more than one way to look at things, yeah?
Yeah.
And which way is truly the correct way? I'll leave that up to you to decide. So I'm looking at Twin Towers, and I'm also going to look at Grenfell Tower, which is here in the UK. And some things about this just... these patterns are weird, mate. Just very strange. Anyway, let's look at Grenfell Tower. So before all of that, someone was complaining about its looks, yeah?
Yeah.
That it looks an eyesore. Something needs to be done about it. Oh, it's disgusting. Then what happens? Someone builds it with extremely flammable substances, yes?
Yeah.
People then know how flammable it is and just write oops. Now, whether someone did this deliberately or not, or made it look like an accident or it wasn't, that remains to be seen. But a few things stand out. A refrigerator did this, but no recalls on the fridge.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to have solar panels in your house because they're dangerous. Well, someone once rewired a shed, and it caught fire. No recall at all on fridges. No barring fridges, but we bar cladding. But yet, there were choices to be made. Then there is a database on every single person in this whole entire nation. No database on oops and what it's made for, and who are the groups that are supposed to do environmental health, I wonder.
Yeah.
Health and safety. Now, I've spoke to a few people from health and safety, and, well, let's have a look at it. Asbestos chimney, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's really good. It's fire retardant, that stuff. It's designed to keep, to stop fires. So it's laced around the house. It's built into the brickwork. But not the fucking chimney. Not the place where the fire is going to be. No asbestos there. Now, I got the phone call recordings. I got lots of this data. And the person is losing their shit with me. This was amusing, but also quite concerning. No health and safety checks done. They assumed that there was no asbestos. And then, in order to knock this down, they blocked off all the windows. Yeah. This is with the council present, right? Grenfell Tower, built with most flammable cladding imaginable. Because someone didn't like the look of it. And yet, who was whinging about the look of it? Who said it was an eyesore? Let's just do the maths quickly. Hello, South Norfolk. I don't like the look of the town. Can I have a brand new town, please? I don't like the look of the doctor's surgery. I don't look at the look of the waiting lists that are happening. Can we do something about it really cheaply? I mean, come on. And then someone's held responsible for this, which is the person that didn't check the fridge. How many people have ever checked their freaking fridges? This place that loves all of these rules, right? To do all of these checks. No, I think this was deliberate. It speaks of, what's that word? People that are used to getting what they want.
Yeah.
People without consciences. People that are spoiled and will do anything to get what they want. At any cost. Usually money is the denominator in this one. That's a parallel. This is weird. So they believe there's asbestos in the property and they know that it is, but they've never checked the chimney. And then they're demolishing it. They didn't block the vent off at the bottom. No checks done. Well, even if they did check it, which the company that did all the checks didn't check it, but you never know, they could have got someone else to check it before we were there, which you are entitled to a document of asbestos, right? Mm-hmm. This is how these entitled people operate, yeah? Mm-hmm. But when they feel threatened, out come their minions, and they're going to try and make it all look like an accident. Mm-hmm. Their health conditions. It looks like an accident, right? Mm-hmm. Well, he just died because he's threatening us. Not physically threatening, but threatening our position because he is questioning, how did we afford all of these houses from the council? Yeah. From that gentry, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. The one that is now costing governments a large amount of money. Mm-hmm. Like, well, we've got no more money, we're running out, black hole and everything. But you managed to give away all of the assets. Yeah. What did you think would happen? Man, these guys strategized Hitler in war, right? Mm-hmm. So if they were able to strategy that, they couldn't strategy that if they gave away all of the assets that they would be broke. Doesn't fit, does it?
No, it doesn't.
And then this whole, it looks like a, oops, it's an accident. Mm-hmm. So who would have access to a database that knew that that was extremely flammable? And what? The fridge just happened to catch fire? Do you know how infiltration works? Exactly like this.
Yeah. Someone helps it.
So what then happens to the building now? Well, certain people get what they want, right? They didn't like the looks of it. Yeah. It's an eyesore. It's ugly. Mm-hmm. And then the people that are living in the building are going, we don't notice it. Oh, it's disgusting. But you have to look at our beautiful buildings. We have to look out at ours and see your shithole. Yeah, but we don't have to see it. We're looking out the window. We're not looking out the window then looking back at the building. And then it just conveniently catches fire. Yeah. And then the people are being told, man, so many things need learning from this, that the operators didn't have access to the building being made out of cladding and the oops and how flammable it is before the firefighters go into a building. They need data.
Especially at high rise, don't they? And it's tall building.
They need data and quickly. They need to know what they're dealing with. Yeah. And you mean to tell me that there was no database? And even more than that, the operator telling people to stay in the building? Mm-hmm. What, knowing that there has been put on that building extremely flammable substances, that it is classed as firelighters? Everyone will be like, oh, this must be a conspiracy. Yeah, I think it is. Honestly, I really do. Too many patterns of behaviour here. And then what? Well, we're going to have to knock it down now. Or we're going to rebuild it. And then, if it looks so bad, how come there wasn't loads of money put into a pot? The ones whinging were quite well off. Yeah. Why didn't they pay for it? Yeah. And then they're haggling over $4 grand, $5 grand, wasn't it? Who okayed this to be sold in the UK in the first place? Where's that health and safety? Where's environmental health? Where's the council? With all their bullshit rules. Oh, they're too busy inside your houses, aren't they? Playing around with asbestos and everything else, and now flammable stuff. Oh, wow, this is looking really good, gentry. This is looking wonderful. What is the point of you again?
No point.
And this fits with the Twin Towers, by the way. I'll get into that in a minute. It can look in multiple ways. No, I'm not saying it wasn't a terrorist act, but we've got to understand where terrorists originate from. There's two types of terrorism, unpredictable and orchestrated. And you'll tell me that, no, there's only one way. Romans, assassins, Hashins. I mean, come on. If I was to even profile these terrorists, I mean, borderline, they knew too much. You don't need to tell me that these cannot be orchestrated? And then what's the impact of that? Trade tower. Trade tower, Pentagon. Why? And usually in battles, things get rebuilt very quickly, don't they? Blow things up, rebuild it. Blow things up, rebuild it. Blow things up, rebuild it. But now we're stepping out of that narrative. Now who's dealing with trade? I don't know about you, but since then, have you not seen how everything's skyrocketed in prices?
Yeah.
And now, who controls trade? I mean, and no, not falling down the whole conspiracy theory here, no. If you are not aware of these tactics, how can you protect against these tactics? Future events. Too much suspect about that.
Yeah, you can't, can you?
No rebuilding? I mean, we were learning about this in school. It's a pretty hot topic. It does not make sense. A lot of questions that needed asking. They were only wanting to know how to fly planes, but not land them.
Yeah.
Too much information. Why this? Why directly that? These buildings have been renowned to be the most indestructible buildings in the world, yes?
Mm-hmm.
By the clever design in which they are built. And I asked the question, not saying it is, I'm asking the question, could I infiltrate it? Could I do some routine maintenance around the place and put in some charges at the same time and then go and get some assassins in the old ways of Roman mercenaries to get them to hit that at that time, then hit those charges, make that fall down? I mean, could I do that?
Yeah.
But what would be my agenda? Well, fuck me, trade. Money. Money is always the root of all of these things, right? It's usually like it with people, right? Why did this person kill that person followed by this person? Yeah, as AU Mike.
Yeah.
Mike out. That chapter says life insurance dance, right?
Yeah. Yeah, life insurance.
It's usually the common fact. I love his little dance, by the
Or
way. That chapter is
inheritance.
very good, by
Yeah.
the way. Inheritance, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you mean to tell me that no one around the world could ever be like, hey, maybe if you hit this here, insider information, by the way, they don't safeguard this. Okay, and I'm going to question it. Usually, back in Britain's past, there was what, that little to do with the White House being hit, yes?
Yeah.
Set fire to and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's interesting. Now, we understand, but making a statement? It's like going for the Statue of Liberty. It's like going for the White House. I don't think you'll ever get near it. And even now, I think that the American Air Force would be hot on that. I mean, it would be a shit call to make for yourself as a president that we're going to have to shoot down the planes.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that you could have that sort of input. Maybe the pilot, there's enough time for them to question back. It would be one of those moral things, perhaps. Yeah, but I know it's a shit call, but someone's got to make it. It's either that or it could be worse. We'll get together afterwards and we will heal through this. Fucking shit call, right? Even it's a shit call to make it if you're commander-in-chief. I don't know how that all works, but also for the pilot to do it too.
Yeah.
That's going to leave impact. That's gonna cause a mark. That really is. That's soul-crushing. And it seems like the greater good is never really, it doesn't feel like it's, I'm never satisfied with it. But again, you've got these fingerprints everywhere. Was anyone complaining about the trade towers?
I
See,
don't
that's
know
an interesting
about
thing.
that.
That helps me narrow it down. And then I asked myself the question, can I make a group that could do this? Get into these places? And the answer is fucking surprisingly yes. It's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
I hate it. I really do hate it. You see, we often look at it that it's so unpredictable and it's all of this, and the rest of them fit a pattern of behaviour where it is very unpredictable and it's very messy and shit. That stood out. And there's another thing that happens with certain investigations, again, that chapter on EU Crew and everybody else in that some people, and BuzzFeed, that some people admit to things that they haven't done. From abduction cases to murder to serial killers trying to, I don't know, you know, that notoriety thing, I guess. Tylenol, I mean, and even terrorist groups. Well, I think a lot of them claim it, don't they?
Yeah. Sometimes right away after.
They may never have done it, but the notoriety claim.
Yeah.
And again, if you don't investigate it and you just are on the surface level, then you're going to see this in surface level. And enough time has passed for people to ask these hard questions. Because if you don't ask questions, how could you ever safeguard yourselves from situations like that happening again? Because it seems so horrible to say it, but executed perfectly. Too smooth. Way too smooth. And most terrorism that you've ever seen, whether home or away, is never smooth. It's opportunistic. And then, what are the repercussions of that trade? Trade center. Now, what was the need for it to have been built in the first place? Was it to make things easier around the world? To do business with one another? And therefore, can you get good deals like that? Does that help to create good deals around the world?
Yeah, probably, especially in that place, because...
I mean, if you need buildings like that in order to do trade, I can imagine that is a pretty... a lot of fucking prep has gone into that. It seems like quite a lot for one individual. But it seems to be easier if multiple individuals come together. And then how does that reflect going forwards around the world? How much more beneficial was that for around the world?
I don't know, but probably was. Otherwise, you wouldn't have one place, or in this case, two towers, but next to each other. So it's really one place where that is called that name.
So who would have a reason to break it?
Someone somewhere else who was building another towers in completely different country. One option, but I don't know.
What are the long-term impacts from that? Look, these are questions that I know you can't answer. It's not what I'm looking for. It's
I understand.
Long-term impacts on these things. They just seem executed so perfectly, and then with this whole accident. Look how accidental this is.
Yeah.
If I'd have passed and died in the last property, again, the obituary would read, accidental. We put these new laws out now. This, and this happened. Look, such a... Oh, no one could see it coming. It was so unprecedented.
Yeah.
And then you're visibly making them aware of this as they're going through it. Still, you know, let me stop you though, will you? And everybody turning the sort of cold shoulder. You're crazy. Gaslight. It's you. It's in your head. It's this. It's... It isn't. Orchestrated, means to an end, right? They wouldn't have to worry about their egos being hurt. Let's just to do the maths, right? If they start hearing you talk about this stuff, they know you've spoke about this intermittently, depending on what records, and then who is listening where, they would have heard me speak about this stuff. That would have threatened them. Although it wasn't meant to be packaged that way, but it would threaten them. Because somewhere along the lines, you would have to know it's true. For it to cause a reaction, someone knows it's true. And then panic emerges. People don't, honestly, they do not think very clearly when they're in that panic mode. So they start making very insane choices, taking risks they wouldn't usually take. Why? Because it's to protect money. It's to protect status. When you go further up the chain, I think the title is held on to more. And people will do anything to protect the title. That's more valuable than money in their world. Money comes later in that. It's the title, the image. Look how squeaky clean that is. Again, all of these groups have a fucking image, don't they? Oh, it was just an accident. Look. Convenient. How have I heard that before? Where have I heard that before? Are you still lacing mold in certain places? Ah, yes, you could be, couldn't you? That's interesting. Maybe it's outside the door in a bin with a load of rotten stuff that then maybe spores go under the door. Who knows? But just think it out like that, you know? Sewers and anything to cause health problem. Health problem creates distraction. Distraction means, well, you know, it's not the human way. We must be aware of it. Do people go at people who are strong? No. They go for weaker. Why is it weaker? Well, let's look at a pack of lions, shall we? Do they go for big, huge elephant, do they? Do they go for baby elephant? Do they go for limping elephant? Do they go for injured elephant? Well, that's natural, right? If an animal has been injured, that's natural to target that. That's just natural default. How do you achieve it if you're a human and the person is strong? What do you have to do? We have to weaken them. We say divide and conquer. Yeah, that's one aspect. There's also weaken your enemy. Attack their health, which then causes them to become in everyone's mindset. You're frail when you're weaker, basically when you are sick, when you are elderly, when you are vulnerable, when you are alone, isolation. Got to weaken you down. How many beatings did Jesus get? How many whippings? Yeah. We can only imagine, can't we? He was probably weakened down before. And then ask yourself the question, why would you want to bring that down? Because it just looks. So that's entitlement. That speaks entitlement, right? Looks. Yeah. Shallow. Okay. It's all about looks. It's all about image. It's all about how things look. Oh, it looks disgusting. Oh, image. Yeah. Entitlement, behavior. I get what I want. Any means necessary. I am going to get that. And then this would also implement that people have a lot of plays in certain environments that are supposed to catch this stuff and undoubtedly take oops and asbestos and shit and then find the most flammable thing for over $5,000, and yet it was a fridge. We're going to pin it on that person there so it looks like waft the smoke that direction. we're already ablaze, but let's waft it that way. Tell people to stay inside the building, but we want to log clothing, we want to log everything, we want to know databases, everything, but yet we tell the people to stay inside the building. And then what is this pattern of continuously building houses with poisonous products? What, so that it looks like an accident? How do you assassinate someone without assassinating them directly?
By something that's there.
Put them into a flammable building that you already know about.
Yeah.
Put them with asbestos and then what? Knock it down? Damage it? Look at their health record and then target them. I know people probably think that this is one big conspiracy. Let's hope you never have to go through it. They got to weaken you, so they'll go for your pets. Another way, grief, weakness, grief. Loss. We know you're struggling. Honestly. Which then they've got to weaken you down mentally. Why? Because you've got a strength. And what is that strength? Well, you're making my image look bad. No, you are. You are doing that. Not anybody else. Take responsibility. It's a you problem. Oh. That's when it becomes not a you problem. Then it becomes a social problem, right? That's sociology. Look, he's attacking me with sociology. Funny. That trade towers, man? What is that? Can I infiltrate the building? Yes. Can I do it with a group of people that no one knows about, maybe? New and upcoming. If it's not seen there, can it ever be counted anywhere else? That's the problem with that. Is it inland terrorism? Or is it a bit of both? Foreign terrorism and inland terrorism. The information is given. Follow this path. I can't see what the incentive is. But again, can you use the mind of people and a certain type of scripture to get people to do things? And the answer is yes, you can. Can you get people to walk in obedience looking for Jesus? Waiting for his return? Because whilst you're waiting for someone else's return, you are not becoming the return, are you? After all, the Bible, not criticizing it, I love it. It's a blueprint to show you how other people attained that certain ability. Let's say, the way they walk their journey. If you follow it, you are not going to make the same outcome. And even if you did, in today's world, so many people know about it, who cares? But then when you're different, oh, we care. We saw this. Another way to look at this is slavery, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it? What happened to people that was always freeing the slaves? They were often assassinated, weren't they?
Yeah. Punished.
And again, is that what? Inland terrorism, or is it a bit of inland versus outland? When people want to come for you, they erode you.
Yeah.
Time and tide, they'll probably be thinking. And they have resources. That's another thing that stands out. And they also have power in buildings.
Yeah.
Well, you could say the whole group of the council would be like this. It only takes a few. Only takes a few in there that have infiltrated it to maneuver this stuff out of the way. And gaslighting is a funny thing. You can gaslight a room of people, depending on how high you get. And again, how long does it take to infiltrate? Well, when was this plan done? Seems like it's nigh on impossible. Family secrets, I say.
Yeah.
How many times throughout history have the royals been passing down crowns? Okay, and whether they want to admit this or not, or like it or don't, without merit, in some cases.
Yeah.
Work hard, you go far. No, work hard and you'll reach a limit. Because you can never get into that. Whether it's right nor wrong, whether it's good nor bad, whether it's tradition or not. These questions we must understand. You can't live like that. There's only enough room for one at a time. Maybe there's enough room for two. Sure. I don't know. Well, William, Harry. You never know, you could have two, right? In succession. Again, but still, outside of that sphere, you're going to make it to a limit, and you are going to go no further. And again, what you say might go against what they're saying, and therefore something's got to be done. You need shutting up. Weakness often works using, well, papers passed and attack you that way. That weakens you, damages credibility, damages your image. It's funny because people that know how to damage your image actually rely on image. So they are projecting, but using action projections. And there again, I don't need to be in the line of work for security or anything else. No, I just need to ask the questions as a human being. Is this possible that this can happen this way? And then it depends on what the motive is. That's often the bit that's lost, the motive. Mm-hmm. This one has motive, but the rest don't. It's mindless, almost. The motive is people. And it's usually limited to a small number. This was significantly bigger. Mm-hmm. But it's not the people, although it is. Please, don't ever underestimate that. The people, I do care about the people that lost their lives. But I got to look at this from a different profile perspective. That this is not about people. This is about trade. Mm-hmm. And then is there dominance. Mm-hmm. Then is there crashing of market. Where is this leading? Mm-hmm. Which then helps you see agenda. Mm-hmm. Then what could be the purpose of that? Mm-hmm. Now, does it destabilize a market? Does it stabilize it? Mm-hmm. Does it damage trade? Then how many people are set to walk in different parts of society in order to be able to take it down? Or control it? But for whom's benefit? That question is fundamentally interesting in itself, because to know who they are and where their allegiances lie. What is the end game? What is the goal? Mm-hmm. So I'm noticing this behaviour here. In this Gwenfield is interesting. It's smaller scale, but still too convenient. Mm-hmm. A fridge did this? I've never ever got my fucking fridge at an MOT in my life. Nor has anyone in my family. No one I know has ever done that. No. And then it poses a question. Well, fuck me, if that happened, how many times around the world is this going on then?
Yeah, I wonder.
And then why has it not been banned in high-rises? Yet solar panels are banned in houses. That's too dangerous. That's too... Well, it's not. It's liberating, but still. Mm. Seems like they're favouring to sweat the small stuff, really, isn't it? Mm. You think that would make its way into a fucking tenancy agreement, wouldn't you? Mm. But it doesn't. No recalling of that particular brand. Mm. No fines to the manufacturer. How come you made a fridge that was like this? Mm. Again, why was it deflected from a business? Now I'm starting to... Oh, you mean to tell me a fridge? What was the background on that? in a building that's supposed to not make flames happen outside, but they managed to get outside. So what were the windows like? Plastic? Was it the plastic that started burning and then burnt into the cladding? Which again then makes you wonder, are those windows actually all that good?
No, they are not that.
No one's asking questions. Just remove cladding. Doesn't seem like the answer. I don't know. If I can open their eyes, then this would be it. I hope your eyes are open. But I think here in Britain, we've got to start asking some very hard-hitting questions. We've got no money, but we've got new libraries. We've got no this, but we've got new these. We can't afford that. We're in debt. We're going to be charging you, but we can build everything pointless. That if it ever collapsed, who owns those buildings? Then they privatise the car park, paint double yellow lines down, but then start. Come on.
Charge.
And then this money is never accounted for. And strategy, I say, well, and is this a case of world domination, and then whom? And why?
Mm-hmm.
And then who is orchestrating it? See, that's the thing with this. It starts on small-scale puppets that then go up to more, that are pulling a lot of strings, and then there's a few people pulling a lot of strings, and then a few people are pulling their strings, and even less are pulling theirs. And then it reaches a point of something, someone, some group, something, some agenda that has absolute lack of respect for human life, more respect about money, but is it money or is it dominance? And what does dominance look like? Then others begin to act in a way where you could point the finger at these people, but yet they're like, well, it definitely weren't us.
Yeah.
It's being made to look like this.
Mm-hmm.
Then it becomes muddier because natural behavior versus... Natural behavior is that you can see a destabilization coming from a mile away. Doesn't mean that these people are implicated in anything. They're just trying to dampen the blow. But then others are then going to hate that you're interfering with their operation. Covert, very hidden, not talking intelligence. No. It would be intelligence groups to look at this sort of stuff and to be able to see that. No, unfortunately, when you say intelligence, there's counterintelligence, is how it works. Or people that believe they're intelligent versus ones that actually are. But again, it's about eye-opening, and when you see something, then maybe they already see it. Maybe they don't. I don't know. That's the thing. I don't want to rest on I don't know. Uncertain, that is. Shit me, if we're all coming to a same conclusion, then that gets very interesting. And then who is behind this?
Yeah,
and why? And again, if that crashes a market, what happens? Do we go space? Are we seeking freedom? Are we seeking depression? Are we...
Yeah, that is more unlikely, is it? With the going into the space, if the business and market is lower.
How do you know to hit this building in its weak spots?
Yeah.
It's too intelligent.
Can you imagine all that asbestos in the air when they were falling down? And then it was so, I don't know how to even say it. It looked like fog everywhere, but it was dust.
there's too much to this.
Yeah.
You know, I've been sitting on this for a while, and it's been very uncomfortable to see something. And again, are you seeing patterns that are not there? Again, happy to be wrong. I'd be more than happy to be wrong, but I don't know. Seems too. And if it is, it poses another problem that this has got organised.
Yeah.
The history often repeats, right?
Yeah.
And then what? It stopped? People stopped using assassins or mercenaries or shit like that? Or did it still be used, but it's got more hidden?
Yeah, it's more hidden, probably, isn't it?
And then who gets to cash in off of this? That means that they would know the security protocols in America better than anybody else. I didn't even know that the White House was protected. I didn't even know that fucking Twin Towers weren't. I assumed that everything was protected. I didn't know that a database on people was being used here in the UK to look up people and fuck around with them. I just had an inkling and they confirmed it. But yet, a database with all of this documentation wasn't distributed. Even though it's a law. But there again, yeah, you don't have to follow that law. It's not enforceable, really.
Yeah, that's what they will say, isn't it?
But
just like poor.
Is that not the Housing Act? Yeah, but we can pick and choose what's really in it.
They do that.
Okay, so can I do that with the tenancy agreement?
Or with anything.
No!
Or with paying council tax. I will pay you only this much, or I won't pay you anything.
And then they say, it's the government. It's the government. I don't believe it. No, I don't believe that. Not at all. You were saying this about EU once, and then what? Yeah. People, enough of this whispering in people's ears. What's it doing? Well, it causes a vote then, doesn't it?
Yeah,
you know the answer of the vote before you go to a vote, yes?
You're just turning people against, isn't it?
Then you leave the EU. Now it was so successful in that. What's the next one? It's the government. It's the government. And then what does that do to the government if many people are having that shit whispered in their ears?
Yeah, they make up their mind about voting or something.
Then it causes you to target the government, right? You're going to go for your government.
Yeah.
Maybe it is counter misinformation and the government are doing it, but getting them to say that so that, you know, it makes them think not, but we are. But we're not. And yeah, they were quiet, but there again, who has got strings on the government then? That poses another question, right? Unless it's all of you doing this. But again, if it's the ones that are fixed in a position and they're gone, then the government stands as ones that can be, sure, it can be infiltrated. That's the question, isn't it? Can they then try and infiltrate that? They already are, when they want benefits cutting. Again, this same behaviour, this same narrative, those people are worthless. And again, that's a reason why, one of the main fronted reasons learnt through education, through everyone that they've taught, as one of the reasons as to why the war in Germany started against the regime that was going off there. Next one, concentration. Next one, this, and this. What's it done? Then it makes you go, well, what's the real reason then? Because sure as shit, if you're calling that stuff out, I wouldn't expect you to do it. And then that's lack of responsibility on lives? For what?
For what? Yeah.
Well, everybody else has got nuclear weapons. Yes, because now someone had to start that, didn't they? And if we don't, they will. And then what does war do? What does it do? If one nation is building all of this horrible shit, then what do the others have to do? Build it too.
Follow it.
Now, where are your resources going?
There instead of somewhere else, anywhere better. Yeah. No science, because there's only war science.
No
if
space,
there's
no
any-
food, no people on the streets being helped. None of this. We're still in the No, we're way before that. We're still under the same. Let's take the land from you. Let's take the money from you, and let's go build it into this.
Yeah, it's even.
Look, we
before
built all of these systems to protect you. I'm not seeing it. We built all of these systems with the housing associations, which is social housing, although it's privatized, but it's still social housing. They care about you. Come on. Look, we're going to take you away from these bad people over here, and we're going to stick you right into the fucking lion's den. Look, we are really good with data protection. We hold on to this information and we will look after it. And then you weaponize it against people. Oh, it was just an accident. Why are all of your buildings sick? Not worthy for people to live in?
No.
Oh, that's interesting. So why this one?
No.
And then I'm sure as shit that you must be following a protocol of, if the building is not fit for your purpose to live in and you wouldn't want to live in it, then should you be renting it out? Common sense.
Is no.
Made by Thomas Paine.
Yeah.
Lots of love. Kiss, kiss, kiss. And these are people with titles, education, and long lineage of just...
Yeah. Proud of their ancestors 1,000
Real
years
fine
ago,
breeding
because
and family genes, and they are better people.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. And yet someone who's not all of those things, and apparently the opposite to all of those things, can do your bloody job better. In fact, I wrote it to them. Here, step by step. Oh, I bet they didn't like that. Anyway, not because you're all getting big-headed or anything else like that, and bloody hell. He's just sent us what we've already got. That's fucking funny. How come you didn't follow it then?
Yeah.
And then, is it like that? So, Kets used to be hung for having an opinion. People were hung.
Yeah.
And they say, oh, we like our traditions. Yeah, have they got covert by any chance? That's why you built houses with poison objects in it. Can you do the water as well? Can you go for their health? Is that why you can collect all these health records? And can you move people into a building like this, the ones that are, and then light them all up like Guy Fawkes, yeah?
Yeah.
It does feel like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Burning at the stake. It's all right, just stay in the building. Then when the fire is like, it's not ready yet. Okay, try and get out now. You mean to tell me that people above them were like, oi, that stuff's got some... Oi, we're reading this, it says this. What are we going to do? Let's just say nothing. Silence is the best. Now, I need your obedience. Come on. Yeah, fuck it, all right. How can people do that? Rather than, you can get out, can you? Yes. Can't control anyone. Why are you telling people to stay put in a building?
Yeah, it's always the
And
protocol
yet in factories
is get out.
and in fire, you'll hear the alarm and you're supposed to make your way to the fire assembly point.
Yeah. Don't take anything, just go.
Yeah.
Even if you don't have jacket,
Walk out,
just
follow
go.
the stairs, go this way. Follow those illuminated markers that don't work, but still they're better off on the floor. But no, don't put anything on the floor. You know that thing in fire exits above a door? One of the most stupidest places to put it. They belong at the bottom of the door? And a light that runs along the bottom?
Yeah.
Oh no, let's stick it on the ceiling. The high chances are most of this smoke will cover the ceiling. If you've never been in a situation like that, I have been in several. You can't see you can't even see window.
I haven't, but I've seen them in
And then
an
more
airplane
often than not,
on
ducking
the
down.
floor. Yeah.
And when you're ducking down, you can't find nothing. All of the safety equipment has been put here because that's what the council said. It would have been much more easier if I could get it from here. Oh, I can see it. I can sort of see that glowing over there.
Yeah.
Fire extinguishers up out the way. Again, but if we don't question it, we accept it, don't we? We're doing these fire checks because it's for your safety. Fucking hell, mate. I don't think you understand what safety is. You don't know what you're talking about. Actually, I do. Well, you've got no qualifications. It's not about certificates, you know? It's about what you fill your head up with and experience. Since most of you have not been in these particular types of buildings, you're talking out your ass. And then they were saying, it was on Jeremy Vine radio. What do you think we should do when these things burn down? I mean, it's very difficult to get out of the buildings, isn't it? Zip line off the fucking top. Have zip lines that fire out. What? Throw it over to someone on another roof, you know, like ants helping ants. One family attached to a harness, off they go. Another one's coming up at the same time as one is going down. You know, if it's on a reel like this and you clip onto it and it moves around, okay, it's not the best. Probably don't want to rely on it. People will panic. I don't think they do. You see the people walking out of Twin Towers quite calm until they see the daylight and then they book for it. You're supposed to walk, do not run. That's why every fire exit is showing a man running. At the top, but don't worry, you won't be able to see it when it's all inferno. Good luck with that. And then you're being controlled to stay put. Why? Is this fucking search and rescue on a mountain, is it? Someone wandered off in the woods somewhere? Just stay put. Don't leave the vehicle. Someone lost in the desert, but yet people are being told this.
That's not.
And yet, what? Can you imagine that if you're an employer at a fucking workplace?
Yeah, stay put.
There's big flames everywhere and I can't see anything. There's loads of smoke. Where are you? I'm in there. Just stay put. If you just stay in the area. What's the location? It's a chemical plant. Just stay where you are. No, isn't it, hear the alarm, see smoke, see fire, raise the alarm and leave. But yet in this instance, everyone's told to stay in the building. Fucking hell, that's a bit weird, isn't it? Fucking hell.
Always tell you to get out and do not return, especially that one. So that means that you are not supposed to stay there if you are not supposed to return. Good.
And this is one of the most biggest protocols across all businesses. But yet when businesses are complaining about the eyesore of a building, all of those rules are upside down, aren't they? Fucking hell, Thomas Paine, I know why the right of man is upside down in your hands in Thetford.
Yeah.
Yeah. Common sense is definitely backwards, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is there such a thing?
Yeah. That's why he left, because he felt like
It's like me going from a fucking morgatory giving people medicine, isn't it? There you are. Hope you feel better. Mustn't question it, let's shadow ban it, let's hide it, because, you know, those types of questions hurt my ego. Gee me. How come you don't trust us? Because of this. And you're hearing people whinge, and then it's like, that's kind of indirect threatening, isn't it? I don't like the way it looks. Oh dear, and then it caught fire. Can you imagine saying that to a cop? You got a problem with the way your wife looks or your husband. Call up the police and sort of complain about it, and then all of a sudden something happens to wife or husband. What do you think the cop's going to do?
Will they?
Well, they wouldn't grab you for that.
Yeah.
Wouldn't investigate that. Not detect and inspect you for that. Well, you had a problem about the person looks. Yeah, well, you know, it weren't me. I would never do anything like that. I'm not entitled. I'm not privileged. I don't spit my dummies out the pram every time I don't get what I want. I haven't got a nice, lovely bunker somewhere waiting out just in case we go to war. You know?
Yeah.
I'm quite easy to shut the door on loads of other people whilst they fuck off and fight the battle.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of speaks this, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All of these sort of scenarios, and then
Yes,
what have you
it
got
does.
to gain from that then? Well, people that won't question my precious little empire, will they?
Hideous building in a city. It's full of hideous buildings. Oh my god. Full of them.
And again, that again is a sense of pride, right? Things have to look a certain way. Things, if they don't look a certain way, they should get out of my way. Oh, homeless people. Oh my god. Can we do something about... Oh, they're just... I just can't look at them.
Yeah.
Why? Because I feel that I'm getting a sense of conscience.
Yeah.
It's like hyperventilating. Are you alright, sir? Yeah. Oh, I think my conscience is coming back. Bring the executioner. Why? We're gonna deal with that conscience.
Yeah.
We're gonna get rid of it for you.
Let's burn you at the stake.
Does feel like it.
Instead of hanging you, let's burn you.
History has often repeated itself, and again, how can you trace all of this stuff if no one's looking, or, you know, it's like, nah, it was just this act, oh, okay then. What's wrong with that person? It's said about me, right? What's wrong with him? He's a bit mental. Oh no! Well, because I've got an opinion. Because you've spent the best part of 2 years pissing me off, and that's because I'm now mental. Oh, okay then. Someone's shouting help from here. Just got Alzheimer's. Oh, got ya. Oh, you should have said it, man. All right. Meaning their opinion doesn't count. What was this? Well, it's just terrorism. Was it? Is it?
Yeah, that's someone from outside. Don't worry about it.
What do they have to gain from it?
I don't know.
Well, it fits the people ratio, the people count, but if that building hadn't have gone down, then both of them, poetically, then I do mean that. They fell fucking too perfect, like uncontrolled demolitions that I've seen. Just too perfect. Without touching any building around the area. Yeah, no. I'm sick of walking in this silence, and hopefully I can free this and just let it go. It's niggling me, man. It really is. So hopefully I can put it to bed, but I don't know if you really can. But if you don't have groups that are paying attention to this stuff, then safety is not an illusion. It's just a band-aid to a fucking...
Maybe they are, but just for themselves. Watching situations like that.
It's like using a plaster to stop a waterfall.
It won't work. Like nonsense. Yeah.
And that's just based on the way people look. It's shallow. If you profile it, you hope there is nothing there but a fridge. A fridge. A fridge. This is not standard procedure. This is not usually what happens. And yet the person that didn't test it, didn't get it checked, is responsible, but not the fridge manufacturer.
Yeah.
Not the tenancy agreement, the rules written by the so-called council, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and then they allowed that to go on for how many years? Bit like the asbestos, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then, what do you get out of it? I mean, if I was failing this much, and I'm going to use that word in this, failing this much, to adhere to a standard, do you think I'd get my A levels at the end of the year?
No.
Oh, interesting. Do you think if I failed this much at driving a car, I would get my license?
No.
Okay. Do you think if I failed this much in a job anywhere else, I would be allowed to keep the job?
No.
And then they use the word accident. No. Unforeseeable, unprecedented. Oh, really? That doesn't seem like an accident to me. And yet they want to know the ins and outs of your duck's fucking ass. How many toes you got?
Could have been any.
Can you do this
any
exercise
electrical
for me?
thing. Yeah. Could have been anything.
Can you walk 10 feet and pick that up and bring it back again? Yeah, you're fit for work. I mean, when you've got that much intensive... But in this,
Yeah, stupid testing.
none.
That doesn't tell you anything either.
So you say that this is fit for a property,
Yeah.
and that's fit for work.
No.
And then this was £5,000 we're haggling over, and all the people that didn't like the looks couldn't...
Couldn't collect that.
You know, the good people. Oh, I don't like it. Oh, it's disgusting. None of you, between all of you, don't have an excess of £5,000.
Oh, they should have.
I mean, you couldn't have done some negotiating with some of your friends in the area and found something. Why did it have to be the most flammable thing? How did it even get in shops? And yet, since, the Father Christmas movie where they were doing the standards with the bear that caught fire really quickly, these standards have been around for a very long time, haven't they? The CE label is for your health and safety, it's for yours. These checking and double checking and more checking that you can shake a stick at have been going on for God knows how long, but yet, just not with this. Even though it was tested. And they were like, oh, yay, pretty, oh, hold on a second. Well, don't slow the burn. That thing doesn't look like it's slowing down. What are you doing? Just getting a hot dog.
Yeah, that could be new coal. Instead of coal, use cladding.
Where did you get this from? Well, what we did is you see the energy turbines over there, yeah? Well, they burn this stuff in order to move turbines, and we thought that it would the perfect thing that if we just sand it down, we could just stick it on the outside of the building. It would take a spark to light this. Think of it of enlightenment quite literally, and it's very hot, and we're just trying to burn away the edges, right? Forged in the fire. Don't look at me like that, because you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I look at you like that. Because that's something, isn't it?
We're just burning away the building's impurities.
Yeah.
Look at what it's made now.
Yeah, next time we'll burn another building. But now we have to use different cladding because this one was already found out.
Or did they try and gaslight you into experiencing that it's okay like they do with asbestos? Yeah, the reason why we put the asbestos in the building, right, is because it's not flammable. Oh, fucking hell. Let's wrap some petroleum up in it then as well.
Yeah.
Should we start putting, asbestos around hay bales? Yeah, that's fucking wonderful. And yet they've got it only around the outside of the house and maybe in the chimney. And then it's wood everywhere else. Wooden floors, wooden beams, wooden arcs in the loft. Don't remember what they're called. Batmans don't care. Well, fucking wood. And never mind the shit I bring into my property. I mean, it's fucking wood this, wood that.
Yeah.
Oh, shit me. Have you seen the kitchens? Don't even get a spark on that shite. Off it goes. Shit, shall I start putting my fridge outside?
I don't know, can you?
What about tumble dryers, fan heaters? Oh, and there was another fire as well, wasn't there? The old mayor.
Oh, yeah. They said heater, didn't they?
Yeah.
What was it? They can say anything, can't they?
There'd be a lot of fire, doesn't there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, you're going to leave it there. Sad one, but, you know,
Yeah.
it is what it is. Let's hope it ain't. But again, if people are actually making a conscious effort to do something about this, then it's too many times it's just oops, 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 it's just an accident.
Yeah. Just oopsing.
Or it's just this. On first glance, shadow, yeah, it looks like that. Now dig into it a little deeper. What does that look like now? Well, it can be anything you want it to be. I really don't want it to be that. I don't want it to be the other either. But if it is that, then if I'm seeing it that way and have been for a while, can anyone else? Then if they are, I don't know, weird. Anyway, go leave it there.
Yeah. Okay.